Okay, joining us on the Waqf debate are Shazia Albi, BJP national spokesperson. I have Sadhvi Jayabharti, who's a spiritual leader, and Atikur Rahman, who's an Islamic scholar. Starting with Shazia Albi. Shazia, now Yogi Adityanath has simply said that he will look at all illegal Waqf properties. Now he has reportedly launched a large-scale crackdown on illegally declared Waqf properties and has ordered their confiscation and restoring them to government records. It's a simple, there's nothing unusual about it, but a lot of people are very, very edgy. They're very nervous. Why do you think, they're screaming?
So first of all, I'd like to say that I'm extremely happy that Waqf Amendment Bill has come through. It's a worst-kept secret as to how Waqf boards have been conducting their matters and how they have been mismanaging and not just an rampant corruption. Now that there's a crackdown happening on illegally obtained Waqf land, I welcome it. Any land that is obtained illegally, and it could be done from Hindus and Muslims and government, other stakeholders, has to be looked into. So I'm totally for it. We have to deal with the idea of illegality. We make everything about Hindus and Muslims, and it becomes a simplification, oversimplification. But even in Muslims, we don't see layers. We don't see backward. We don't see poor. We don't see gender. The women's there. So when we start looking and delving deeper, you realize that actually the maqsad or the goal of Waqf has not come through. It's anything but Waqf. I have a huge problem with that. And everybody who grows up in a Muslim household, as did I, Sunni household in Kanpur, we all know, everybody knows about it. Waqf are known to be corruption. There's schools of corruption, and the police don't have access. The whole idea is grabbing. So if land grabbers are being admonished or punished or are being asked to return the land meant for others, it could be Muslim benefactors or Hindus. I think it's a very welcome step, something that should have happened earlier. People never did it earlier because you don't want to upset time. You don't want to. But the fact is that Muslims not happen, especially 85% of them who are Pasmanda. So a lot is happening and churn is going on in the community, and I think people will really welcome this.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Atik, a very recent example, and we at Republic Network and Republic Kannada, because we are live in Karnataka right now, we have our Republic Kannada channel there, Atik. If you can hear me,
right, left.
I think Atik is not connected, but I'll put this to Sadhvi. Sadhvi ji, you know what happened? Waqf actually could stake claim to only 11 acres. They owned rather, or could legally stake claim to just 11 acres. You know how many acres of land they stake claim to? Just take a wild guess. You're on live TV. Take a wild guess. 11 acres was the reported Waqf land. How many acres of land do you think they stake claim to? Take a wild guess.
I think it could go into the lakhs of acres. That's what I'm hearing every day. That's what we've been knowing all the way.
They own over 8 lakh acres across India. But let me tell you, in one town, one district of Karnataka, they had access, or rather just 11 acres was their land. But they asked for 1,500 acres and farmers to vacate. 1,500, that is 1,500. Actual was only 11. But asked 15,000 acres, 1,500 of 1,500 acres to be cleared in one district alone in Karnataka, in Vijaypura. And when all farmers came to Republic with their documents, we broadcast that story. The government was so embarrassed, they were forced to step in and they stopped the takeover. It happened. It's a mafia. I mean, Yogi Adityanath calls it a Waqf land mafia. It is a mafia.
Exactly. See, we are making... I thank, the speakers like Shazia and Shadab here in Dehradun. Those who are talking, being from the Muslim community, and they are talking something that's in the national interest. What we are only talking in terms of Waqf is that, about Muslim land, Muslim religiosity. What we have totally neglected in the debate is that, in the garb of the Waqf, you go and claim any land that belongs to any citizen of India, poor farmers, peasants, it could be somebody's shop, it could be somebody's house, And this is not justified in a society that we live. Just because today I make we've been fighting even for the our own temples, that we need to get the rights of our own temples. But here we see a drastic opposite, where, in the garb of the religiosity, you're going and taking somebody's house away, you're taking somebody's livelihood, and you're not even giving it to the poor Muslims. I heard Shadab talking about, Waqf sold the Waqf land to get a 5-star hotel, 7-star hotel built as Marriott. So what are you doing? There's no religiosity. You're just cheating Muslims. You're cheating all citizens of India in the name of Waqf. And it's a very welcome step. I think it will go in the interest of the poor Muslims who need justice. It will also safeguard other citizens of other community of India to, where they could be easy and safe from such a takeover.
Yeah. Atik, can you hear me, Atik? Just checking whether you're getting my audio now.
Yes, Niranjan, I can hear you.
Yeah. So what's wrong if Yogi Adityanath orders a crackdown on all illegal Waqf claims? What's wrong in that?
Anything illegal should have a crackdown.
So far, the president's accent has not been done.
If it's illegal, why should anybody object to that? Illegal should always have a crackdown.
The president of India has not yet given the accent. Besides, the challenges in the Supreme Court will be heard, and we have registered in 5 crore in number.
Hello.
The community, the Muslim community, can't the government hear them? Why was there no response from any of the government side, any of the ministers, that the JPC was having 5 crore of petitions, the Muslims opposing? Why are they only looking towards the opposition parties? They must be having their political games with them. But here 5 crore, Niranjan, 5 crore Muslims, they wrote to the JPC that we do not support this particular amendment.
Can I ask you a question?
If you want, Niranjan, I can point out why. Yes.
Do you know that there is the AIMP, AIMPLB, right? Are you a member of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board? You are?
No, I am not.
You're not, okay. Do you know there's a women's wing?
No, I am not.
Okay. You know there is a women's wing of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board? They're registered and they have representatives. You know that?
Yes.
They have, while the All India Muslim Personal Law Board has said they will take the fight to the streets, right, and challenge the Waqf bill, you can, if you have a phone in front of you, you can just Google Women's Wing AIMPLB, and you will see that the Women's Wing of the AIMPLB, or the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, has come out today and said that this mafia should be fought and that they back the Waqf Amendment Bill. See, you can't fool everybody all the time.
May I respond now, Niranjan?
Yes, and you can't call them RSS agents because they're the women's wing of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board.
That's sure.
You understand? They're not the women's wing of the Rashtriya, the Muslim Rashtriya Manch. They're not.
No, I understand. Whether it is the Ajmer Sharif, Dargah people, the Sajjada people, whether it is the All India Muslim Personal Law Board's women members, everybody has the right to say what they think about this bill. By your logic, Niranjan, when the Ram Mandir was getting inaugurated, there were very, very senior seers.
No, there was nobody. One second. There were one or two frauds.
Were they wrong?
No, there were one or two frauds.
I am using your own logic.
No. There were one or two frauds.
My logic. And
I'm telling you,
the Sung elements criticized those seers.
Who?
And they were very senior seers.
They were political seers, yaar. I think I'm telling you openly there are political seers. What are you? I mean, there's no qualms about it.
You are going back on your words.
No.
Hello.
You
say
don't get so excited, Atik.
I never said that
wait.
women wing is a political wing.
I'm asking you something.
Muslim Manch.
I'm asking you something.
You are going back on your words, Niranjan.
No, 1 minute. You hear me out, na? I know there was a controversy. There was not several or many. There was just one. And he's extremely controversial, and he continues to be controversial, and he's very close to businessmen and politicians, right? It is known. It is a well-known factor. So I don't want to talk about him or give him any importance, but I'm telling you how there is a range of reaction coming in from the Muslim community itself, and people are genuinely happy. Shazia, I want to get Shazia. Shazia is happy. Shazia is happy.
Yes,
Shazia.
absolutely. Because we know the truth as to how the doors have been closed of all these.
You cannot get.
Let me
Hear him, hear him,
speak.
hear Shazia. Hear Shazia.
Yeah. You know, I asked everybody a simple question, and I said, Waqf Board was running so well, and there was no need at all for the amendment. Please explain and give me a list of what is good that they've done. When you ask me, Representative, I can tell you what work has been done for Muslims. I will give you figures of Awas Yojana, Jula Yojana, the Credit Mudra Yojana, and what have you. The minute you ask any of them, can you name 5 schools? Can you name 2 schools, 1 university, 2 colleges, 1 hospital that has come out of these 9 lakh acres of property? I think it's a matter of shame. And I think people who care for the community, for the poor of the community, as I do,
need to rebut this,
would really want them to be disbanded and, to be asked questions. They should be hollowed up. And I want to make one more point. I want to tell you, Niranjan, and I want to state it here. All India Muslim Personal Law Board, all the men that you keep listening to, they are a self-anointed, self-appointed body of upper caste Muslims, totally landed. They are the feudal lords, so to speak, and they're vote collectors. They're official or unofficial vote collectors. Congress and Samajwadi Party. Shahbano case, triple talaq, and how many of them have been Rajya Sabha MPs and all of that. So, and triple talaq, Shahbano case, they were the ones who forced Rajiv Gandhi to turn the law of Supreme Court, the verdict around with the executive ordinance. So I don't care for these politicians posing. Look at me, I'm in politics. I don't want to be a woman of religion and then do politics. So I think they're dishonest. And also about Shaista Ambar, the lady you're talking about, for 20 years I have known her, and she is a deep scholar, and she sees things from the point of view of not just a woman, but she speaks through the light of Quran. And let me tell you, she has said categorically that this is terrible what's happening, because everybody knows it. Whoever's denying it here is lying, because everybody knows it. And Rahman Khan has said it, and Sachar committee has said it, and Mamta has they did a probe in 2010, and Lalu has said it, and CM Ibrahim has said it. So everybody knows. I mean, Amanatullah.
Yeah, can I say something? Yeah.
So let's not pretend.
One last point I want to make. One last point I want to make. 1 second. I want to make one last point. See, I don't have official data of how much of land temples own. But privately, the Waqf is the largest landholder, right? Over 8 lakh acres, or 9 lakh, 10 lakh acres. You know something, only in the state of Karnataka, because I have some data at hand. Only in the state of Karnataka, temple revenue, 708 crore, and temples had to pay tax, and that tax funded the exchequer with maybe like a fraction, single-digit fraction of the land that Waqf owns, or maybe lesser than that. With 8 lakh acres across India and all those properties, you're telling me that Waqf generated only 100 crores, and that was not even used for your own community. That is something that I think we all need to think about. Temples pay tax, and that tax is used to fund the exchequer and guarantee schemes and all the schemes that the governments run. I only spoke about one state. I don't know across India how much of taxes temples pay. But it's unfortunate. Today when we're having a debate, let's have an open debate, right? I'm running out of time. Okay, Atik, I'll give you 10 seconds quickly. 10 seconds.
Thank you. Thank you. Niranjan, let us take positively Shazia's words, that out of this amendment, the Muslim community will be getting a very, very huge university, one single Aligarh Muslim University, the minority status of which they cannot tolerate.
Why couldn't you?
They
Why,
are
one second. Why couldn't the
challenging,
Waqf
they are
Board?
fighting tooth and
Sir,
nail
why
in
can't the Waqf
Supreme
Board?
Court.
Hello.
One single
One minute. Yeah, you tell me one single university. Why couldn't the Waqf Board? Why couldn't the Waqf Board build one single university?
All the universities which are paid for. Atik, listen to me.
We cannot take all these small settlements.
Of course you can't.
And bring
You
it
can collect land.
Give it to the big Saturn BJP.
Yeah. One second. Hello.
All Saturns cannot be removed.
Atik,
and a
before
big
1
Saturn
minute.
given the charge.
Atik, I don't
We won't
think.
tolerate this.
I'll tell you an example.
It benefit you and the community.
Yeah, not
Do you
just-
know any money that a Central Grants Commission
Nothing.
and all the money
Nothing. I have
that
to
all
end.
the monies that they have and all the universities that come under it have to be secular in nature because
Yeah.
they are done through the government. But there is provision in
Okay.
the constitution to
have
have
to leave it at
religious
that.
bodies and religious.
You will be
and
building.
I have to leave it at that.
Secular in nature now.
Not be
So the
confused.
hospitals and the
These are
colleges and the
anybody.
schools
Sir, hello.
are to build
From
on
the
the Waqf land will be secular.
Okay,
Central
this debate will
government
continue.
It is the Muslim community.
But there is
that will be
provision
giving
for
out.
minorities
This
to
is
have
your
establishment
shot. This is your shot,
and
Shazia.
colleges.
Shazia, okay, I have to leave it at this. Running out of time, I have to leave it at this. It's not retro, it's not going to impact Waqf lands that are already been given. And I think we should stop the misinformation campaign immediately. Thank you, Sadhvi, Shazia, and Atikur Rahman for joining us on The Burning Question this evening. Headlines continue. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us. Breaking news, live and breaking updates coming up next. Stay tuned.